In this video, we will understand what is machine learning and what are the different types of machine learning. And we will also be talking about the whole process, that how to train machines for creating any model. So the first thing we have is the definition of machine learning. So machine learning, which is one of the subset of artificial intelligence, which we saw in the previous diagram as well, that we have the artificial intelligence, which is a very broad term, and then within the artificial intelligence, we have the machine learning. So what is the purpose of machine learning? So machine learning basically means that we are creating different systems and machines, and then we are giving them the ability to learn and improve by itself. So we are giving the ability to machines without being explicitly programmed. So that is the keyword here in the machine learning, that machines, they learn by themselves. Okay, so we don't need to give any specific instructions in the machine learning. So there is no explicit programming or any code written. So machines, they learn by itself, based on the data, based on the patterns that they will derive from the data. So if we look at the example of traditional programming, so in the traditional programming, we have the coding like in C++ or Python, and we give specific instructions. Whereas in machine learning, the machines rely mostly on the data. So they get the logic out of the data, and based on that, they train and improve by itself over time. So for example, in machine learning, let's say we have the data, let's say we have two columns. When we have the input column, and then we have here the output column. So let's say one of the input data we have is 2, and output we have is 4. And if the input is 3, output is 9, and if the input is 4, then the output is 16. So let's say this is the data that has been presented to the machine learning process. So based on that, the logic that will be derived out of the machine is that whatever is the input, the output we have is the square of that. So whatever is the input, the output is the square of that, and so on. So based on that, a model will be created. So what would be the model? So model will be y equals to x square. So this model will be created based on the data that has been presented to the machine. Then later on, once we want to use the model, let's say if the new input that will be given to the machine is 5. So based on that, the output that will be generated will be 25, because this model has already been created based on the data, based on this training data. So machines, they rely on data, and the important thing is that in the machine learning process, you need to give as much data as possible. So again, not just 3-4 rows, but you need to give big amount of data, so that the logic and the relation between the data can be generated by the machine learning. And once all of that will be done, you will give the new input, and based on that, the new output or the new prediction will be created. So another important thing is that the whole purpose of the machine learning is to create this prediction models. So the model basically will be the prediction model, and then next time when you will give any new input, the new prediction will be generated based on this prediction model. Okay, so that is the basic idea of the machine learning, that you need to give as much data as possible. You need to train the machines using some kind of logic, and we will see all of that in the next slide. So that is the basic introduction and the basic definition of the machine learning, and that is how it is different from the traditional programming. Then we have some important concepts about machine learning, and let's go through one by one. So the first important definition as part of the machine learning we have is the algorithm. So algorithm simply means the set of rules and guidelines that will be used to learn patterns from data. Okay, so if we recall the previous slide, so we had a data, and the machine learned the patterns from that data, and based on that, a model was created, y equals to x square. So how that model was created? The model was created based on certain rules. Now, what are these rules? We can also say that these rules are some mathematical formulas or some mathematical guidelines, because again, for each and every algorithm there is the mathematics involved. So there are different type of algorithms. For example, we have the linear regression, or we have the logistic regression. You can also use the decision trees. So these are different, mathematical guidelines and mathematical rules or the formulas that can be used to make the model or to make the predictions. So we need to determine that which algorithm to be used. There are lots of algorithms that we will see in more detail in the next video. So as the AI architect, or as the decision maker or the AI engineer, you can determine that which algorithm is best suitable for this type of data. So again, whatever is the algorithm, so this is one of the definition, that what set of rules are going to be used to learn patterns from the data. So sometimes one of the algorithm is not suitable for certain type of data. So as the data analyst or as the AI engineer, you will have to check that which type of algorithm will be more suitable. But this is the first important definition of the machine learning process, the algorithm. Then the next one we have is the model. Now you will so basically you will determine that which algorithm to use, and based on that the machine will learn the patterns from the data. And later on there will be an outcome. So once you will apply the algorithm on the data, the model will be the outcome of that. So an outcome of machine learning algorithm is the model, the trained model. So you will have the data, and you will have the algorithm, and you will use uh, uh, some logic and some calculation, all of that stuff, and the trained model will be the output. So what is the model? So model is the outcome of the machine learning algorithm, and this model will be used for making the predictions. So later on you will give new data to this model, and based on the logic within the model, the predictions will be created. So model is something that we will use to make the predictions. Then we have the predictor variables. So the predictor variables means that what are the features, or what's the input data that is required to predict the outcome. So for example, if you want to predict the weather, whether it will rain or not tomorrow or next week, so what would be the features you need to make that prediction? So for example, you need the humidity level. Okay, you need the wind direction, and maybe you also need some historical data. So those are 5 6 important things that you need in order to predict the weather or the rain for the coming week. So that will be the predictor variables. Again, you may have excel sheet with maybe 50 or 60 different variables. So as the data analyst, it is your responsibility to determine that what would be the important features, or what would be the important input variables that you will have to feed into the model as you are going to train the model. Because again, you don't need all 50 or all 60 input features. But what's the predictor variables? The variables that will play an important role in order to predict the output. So those will be the predictor variables. Then we have the response variable. So response variable means the output. In our case, the rain example, whether it will rain or not, so the output will be yes or no. Okay, so that's the response. We will get yes or no. So response variable is the end result or the final prediction. So output feature or the output variable is the response variable. Then we have the training data. So that data used by the machine learning model to train itself. So in the previous slide we had like two columns, the input column and the output column. So that was the training data. So you need lots and lots of training data, so that the machine learning model will get more and more accurate. And in the next slide we'll go into more details about the training data, response variable, and so on. So training data is the data that you need so that you can train the model. And then you will have the test data. So once the model will be created based on the training data, you need to check the evaluation. You need to check whether the model is working fine or not. So you will have some test data as well, so data used to predict the outcome. But before you predict the outcome based on totally new or totally fresh data, you will have some test data. So you will feed in the because for the test data you already have the outcome as well. So the in the test data you have the input variables and you have the response variable, the final outcome already there. So you will check whether it is matching with the test data or not. So you will input the test data with only the input variables, and then you will check that what is the output variable, is it exactly like the test data or not. So what is the like efficiency. So the purpose of the test data is to check the efficiency of the trained model. And once you feel that the model is efficient, it is giving high probability or very good results, then you give a very new data or a fresh data to the model, and then you check the prediction and check the efficiency of the overall model. Okay, so these are some very important definitions as part of the machine learning. So let's go into some more details about these definitions. All right, so for example, uh, like we want to create a model that will predict the rent of a house. So we need to create a model that will predict the rent of the house. So what could be the important input variables? For example, we have here the location of the house, how many rooms, the size of the house. All right, and how many years, is it a very old or a new house? So how many years this house has been constructed. And then the output will be the expected rent. Okay, so what we will have here, so the first four columns, these will be the input variables. These are the input variables, and the last one, the rent, it is going to be the output variable or the response variable. So the location, for example, now this is the training data we have. So the location, let's say we have New York City, and the room, let's say it's a 5-bedroom house, and the size is 500 square feet, and it's 5 years old. So based on that, the let's say the rent is 2,500 per month. Okay, then there is another data. The location, for example, is New Jersey, and it's a 2-bedroom, and let's say 250 square feet, and old house, 10 years, for example, and 2,000. Okay, and so on. So this is the training data, and again you need to have lots and lots of training data. So based on this training data, the model will be trained. Okay, so you will have the and also you will specify in the Python that what are the input variables and what is the output variable. You can easily determine that. Okay, because normally initially it will be just one Excel sheet, and you can in the Python that we will see in the live demos, you can specify that what are the input variables and what is the output variable. Okay, so that is the whole training data we have, and based on that a model will be created. Based on that a model will be created, and we will also inform the model that which algorithm to use. Okay, that we will go into more detail. So based on the algorithm a model will be created, and then we will have, so that is the training data, and then we will have the test data. So let's test whether we are getting the right prediction or not. So we have, let's say the location we have is DC, and again it's a 5-bedroom, and 800 square feet, and 5 years. Okay, so we give this data to the model, and now we are going to make the prediction. So the prediction that we got from the model for this new information, let's say 3000, and in the test data we have mentioned here, let's say 2900. Okay, because the test data is already there with the input and with the output, but we need to check whether both of the predictions are close enough or not. So in the test data we have 2900 and the prediction that has been done by the model is 3000. So again, very close, not a big difference. So that is how you will check. First you will train and then you will test. So once you feel that the efficiency is good for the model, then you will go with the totally fresh data. Okay, so the new data, for example, you have location is Miami. Okay, and again you will have the number of rooms and all that stuff, and then a new prediction will be made, whatever the amount is, because you already know that your model is good enough. So you will then be relying on whatever the outcome is, because this time we don't have any data already available, it's a totally fresh input. Whereas in the test data, it was part of the whole Excel sheet. Okay, so what we did is that we had the whole Excel sheet and we split the data into training data and the test data. Okay, so here we have, so this one is all trained data and this one is the test data. So normally what happens that approximately 80% of the data you split, that will be used for the training purpose, and the remaining 20% you use for the testing purpose. So again, it's one Excel sheet, okay, with all the inputs and outputs. It's a full Excel sheet, and then you split that Excel sheet in two parts, training and testing. So you train the model, and then once the model is there, you then test the model from the same data that you have in the Excel sheet. Once you feel that the results are matching, then you go with the fresh inputs and fresh data, and you make the prediction and you put the model into the production. Okay, so that is how things happen. So here we have the input variables, this one is the output variable, algorithm, model, and you split the data into two parts, training data and the test data. And once you feel everything is fine, your model is giving 99% or 100% accuracy, whatever your goal is, and then you go with the totally fresh input. Okay, so again, these are some very important definitions for the machine learning. So before we go deep dive into the coding part using the Python and start creating our own models, so these important terms are, it is important that you should understand all of these definitions, because we'll be using each and everything in the Python. All right, so then the next topic which we have is the machine learning process. So what is the whole process of machine learning from start till the end? Okay, so again, before we start creating our own models, we need to understand the whole process, that how to create a new model from defining the objectives till launching your model into the live environment. All right, so that is what we will see in the next video. So the next video is going to be a very detailed video, and later on we'll also be understanding what are the different types of machine learning.